Welcome today to our podcast. This is Mother and Daughter Podcast, and we're really excited about what we're bringing today. It's called, and I let Brianna share it.
A whole lot of BS. And it sounds bad, but it has good meaning. My name is Bri, and this is Dr. Suzan Snaggs-Wilson, however you want to call her. And a whole lot of BS is exactly that, just the first letters of her name into a fun tagline.
I love it.
Yeah.
You've always been so creative. That's why I love you. So this is my daughter, Brianna, my gorgeous daughter. And we wanted to share today that we've had a great experience and love together, like life and love each other. Many podcasts I look at, and some of them, it's realistic, I'm sure, but we have an excellent relationship. And you don't hear a lot of parents saying that with their children. There's usually drama and disruption. And so we wanted to share what worked well for us as a mother daughter relationship. There's been some ups, there's been some downs, but for the most part, we're good, right?
Yeah.
So I wanted to start with the way back when. And Brianna thought, oh, mom, really? But I remember the way back when. So the way back when for us was as a young child, I had decided that we were going to be BFFs. And we did that because I felt she didn't need to rely on friends that could hurt her to be her BFFs. Mommy will always be that. Early on in our relationship, we knew that we were BFFs. And what did that mean? It meant that if anything happens, you come and tell me, you trust that I wouldn't revolt against it or punish you for it, that somehow we'll work out together. And not only that, I remember, some crazy things that happened, but you'd still say, Mom, this is what happened. And I was like, okay, we got to figure this out.
Mhm.
And so to me, being a BFF meant respect for each other, respect for that mistakes will happen, but let's work it out together.
Mhm.
That's the way back when for me.
Yeah, I definitely have to agree. The way back when it kind of set the blueprint for our future relationship for sure. The one thing with the BFFs that I would like to mention way back when is I had some ups and downs as a kid, right? But setting that tone of, hey, I am your mom, but you can also come to me as a friend made it a lot easier to open up about things that I wasn't so proud of to help navigate me through that as well. And knowing that there wasn't going to be any backlash from it. I know she would give me the eyes of gosh, but I knew that at the end of I wouldn't face punishment or anything from it, which made the relationship a lot easier for sure.
Yeah. And the other pieces, I remember I said to you, promise me that you wouldn't let me down. Like, just promise me that if I stand by you, it doesn't matter what it is, just promise me you're going to turn out good.
Yeah, yeah.
Whatever that looks like.
Yeah, that is true. I do remember that. It's funny though, because as friends say nowadays, you want a friend that's a ride or die. I don't know if you've ever heard that saying, Mummy.
No,
I'm sure you've watched Bad Boys, right?
hmm hmm
Right? And their tagline was ride or die.
Oh,
Right.
yes.
So it was the sticking by, even though like I could be running in the streets naked and you're like, okay, well, I guess this is what we're doing. Right. So that's what we would call the ride or
The
dies.
ride or
It's
die.
sticking by, even if you're doing something that's not so right. We're gonna make it look right until our last breath. Right. Kind of like, oh, we take it to the grave to a point.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. That's true. I love that. We wanted to talk about life's transitions, and we know that life isn't always one directional. It usually can take turns and shifts. Now, I'm a career mom. There are times when I couldn't be around. I had to move, I had to shift and change locations because it allowed me to provide for my family, especially as a woman in leadership. And so in this case, there are times when I was not there and I'm still not there all the time for you. What did that feel like to you?
Yes, definitely career mom. I remember, so if we take it back a couple, I think it's 6 years now, I believe,
Mhm.
maybe a little bit more.
Yeah, I think, yeah, almost 7 years.
Almost 7
Wow.
years, yeah. Back when I was in high school, that's when we first kinda separated, so I like to tell this story because I think kind of goes to show how we really ask permission before we make big changes or big steps. And I know that when this opportunity first came about, mommy came to me and she's like, "Bree," I'm like, "Oh no." She's like, I have something that I've been really wanting to do, but I don't want to do it without your support and obviously my brother's support. It doesn't matter about him right now though, but without your support because it is a big transition and it would mean that we would be separated for months and months on end. And when she told me the opportunity, I was like, "Oh, this is great." I didn't have one doubt about it in my head. I wasn't feeling selfish about it. I wasn't feeling that it was the wrong decision to make. I was all for it. And I think that that support also kind of helped you feel okay, like I'm okay to she'll be fine. She'll be fine alone. And I wasn't so much alone either. I had my brother, which was that was a good support system right there. Family, blood is thicker than water. So I think that that being the starting of that transition of, hey, this is what I'm about to do or what I want to do, but I don't want to do it without your support first, definitely created a lot of trust. And it was hard at first on my end, and I'm sure on yours, right? I know we called each other we started at first every day. We were calling and talking about our days and what we were dealing with wherever we were, but it came with a lot of good stories and it made our together very much more personable. We cried to each other multiple times. There's many things that we dealt with
Mhm.
separated, right?
Yeah.
We went I went through breakups, you went through difficult situations at work, and I went through school. Oh, but it's a good story now. I always like to say, "Imagine the story that we can tell later," and this is what we're
Mhm.
doing
And that's what we're
technically.
doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. And it's funny that between the times when you went through the breakups and so forth, I was like, "Oh, what a horrible mom. I can't believe I left my child." And you had such a positive outlook on life. Didn't matter what. You had a goal, you knew what you wanted to achieve, and you just kept pressing on. You would kind of say, "This is it. This is what I'm going to achieve. I'm going to graduate from university." Because you're so smart. That's the
Oh,
thing.
thanks.
What is it your undergrad was in? It was in history.
Biochemistry. You love bragging about
I
me.
love brag I love bragging about it, of
Yeah.
course. And so it's just you took all that energy and you focused on getting through school. And to me that's an amazing accomplishment.
Thank
Yeah, yeah.
you.
Now, there's still transitions, right? So when we talk about being apart, it's not even we're apart close enough that we could drive down the street. I'm in a totally different country. I'm in the islands, Turks and Caicos, and you're in Canada.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like a 4 hour plane ride.
Yeah.
So it's not even going to hop on a plane and just kind of see each other at any point in time. So this for the context of when we talk about, where did mommy go, right? And so we're still seeing transitions. And I think that's important to understand that life is never static. It's changing. It's creating those spaces where we can experiment, we can try things, but the support system is there. So you've gone through some really big transitions. You've graduated from university, you've gone through dental school.
Yeah, some big changes in just the last couple of years, I wanna say. So I did graduate from university. I did go back to get my dental hygiene degree, and that was 2 years. And within that time as well, we also went and purchased some real estate together. So we bought
Hmm.
a house
Us
as well,
together.
which even to this day, so when people are it's so funny. This is just something that came to my mind, but when people ask and they go, "Oh, I'm sure you are saving for a house now that you're out of school and you're trying to plan." I'm like, "I'm sorry, I already got
Come
it.
on.
Mommy, help me." Like, "Mommy already helped me navigate that part. I don't have as bad as it sounds, I don't have much to worry about with that," which is nice. It's a nice I don't wanna say fallback, but I don't have that in my head anymore to uh, worry about. Because I know that's a big thing once you're out of school, it's paying off the student debts, and then after the student debts, it's buying a house, and after
Yes.
that, it's so I feel we got that out of the way pretty early on, which was nice.
Mhm.
Take some stress off. But yeah, so I graduated school, we bought a house. got engaged a couple months ago. So
Yay.
so that is the current navigation. We're trying to plan the wedding now,
Mm.
which is a whole other story because we're still separated, right? But we're still figuring out. But yeah, with those big changes, I think that we definitely figured out a better way to communicate even after all these years. It's learning how to still be there in the big transitions, even though we're not physically together.
Yeah. From this podcast, we want to leave our listeners with what we see as, we'll say, three tips that has worked well for us. So number one, embracing change. You know, life is not static. It's never perfect, but to be able to be agile and be flexible and shift as the winds change. You've heard the old adage, when life brings you lemons, you make lemonade.
Yeah,
It's really true. For us, we have a strong faith in our God, and so having that faith lets us know that it will work out in the long run because God has a bigger plan and a bigger purpose. Anything you want to add to that, Brie?
yeah, I like I know that you said when life gives you lemons, and one thing that I know that me and my friends have said over the years is for everything there's a season.
Mm,
That
true.
was another good one, and then one straight from the Bible was, "Why worry about tomorrow? For tomorrow will worry about itself."
Mhm.
Right?
Yes,
I
it's
love
true.
those sayings so
Yeah,
much, but
it's true.
yeah,
It's true.
that's all I wanted to add to that. I think you hit it right on the nail.
On the nail. Our second key takeaway or tip is building those support systems that would help you get through as you navigate life. One of the things as a parent, we're always concerned about is what if our children end up with the wrong relationships, the wrong friends, and so forth. And really, we can't control that all the time. You have to feed into your children, teach them right path, and then they'll make the final decision. Sometimes, you know, mistakes happen, but at the end of the day, they do find the true path. And so you have a particular way of picking friends.
I do. I do have a particular way of choosing friends. I do think that when you lead by example as well, I think about the relationships that you have with your friends and even with my dad,
Mhm,
where I have kind of internalized and I see that and that's what I'm like, this is something I like. So when I'm looking into my friends or if I'm looking into well, at the time, a potential spouse or a relationship partner, you
mhm,
think of those things. So, I like to say that for everyone that you have in your life, there's a category that they hold. It sounds bad, but it makes sense when I explain it because not all friends are going to be able to be your party friends and have fun with, and you go out and like just kind of free spirited. Some friends will be that, right? But maybe they won't be able to mentally be there for you when you're down in your depths because some people aren't like that, right?
mhm,
They're not wholly rounded to support you in every area, right? That's asking too much of people
mhm,
almost. So a lot of my friends and relationships that I have in my life, I know that certain people I can count on for to uplift my mood, and I have other people that I know will when I'm down in my depths, they're down there with me
mhm.
and they're crying and they're right? But I think that it helps when I categorize and make my support system that way. So then there's no expectations outside of it. I know there's some people that are wholly rounded for me, and that it's great.
Yeah, I think that's a really holistic way of having friendships and relationships. We're saying is understanding people and meeting them where they are.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's
Yeah.
important.
One thing that I really look up to with you and I'm trying to get better at is you're really good at keeping in contact with people and very good at reaching out and kind of maintaining those relationships because I feel a lot of my friendships and my relationships in my life are very low maintenance. Like we can go months without talking and then all of a sudden we're talking again and we're chatting it up. It's like nothing's changed, but then we go back into our little hole. But you're very good at keeping in contact with people and maintaining current relationships, I find.
Thank you. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think technology today has made it much easier to do that. I mean, I come from the era where we used to have to write letters. So, you know, if you were writing letters to somebody back home in the islands or something, it'd take 2 weeks for the letter to get there, and then they have to respond, and it'll take another
Oh
week
god.
or more. You wouldn't talk to a person for months because of snail mail. Whereas now it's so easy just to text somebody or send a WhatsApp, how's it going? And I start these conversations. I think it's bad, but I do. I'll start a conversation. Hi, how's it going? And the person will respond. And then in a few days, I respond and say, well, that's good. Nice to hear.
Hey, we all have lives to live, right?
Yeah, for sure, for sure. I think the third piece is setting goals and realistic goals. But I love how you do your dream boards. I mean, you've been whiteboarding. You taught me how to whiteboard, and a part of me being successful as a leader is following your whiteboard strategy. And you whiteboarded your plans, your goals, and not only that, you were able to execute ever since you were a young child. So now you do your dream board.
Yeah, I did do my dream board. Yeah, me and my fiance Trey, we both did our dream board for I kind of a conjoined one because it is now about us instead of
Mhm.
me. And we made a dream board. I'm looking at it right now, so I keep looking up. But we made it on New Year's, and I think even there's a couple of things I've already checked off of it. It's only February, which is great.
Which is great,
Yeah, it,
yeah.
it helps put things into perspective, into vision.
Yeah, yeah, it does, and so you have a new baby in the family? A new baby.
I was like, what? We do?
How did this happen, right?
Yes, yeah.
Just like that.
I know, right? I was like, "What did you call on to me just now?" Yeah, no, we do have a new baby in the family. Yeah, we love her right now. So she was on my dream board. What we are talking about is my new car. I just upgraded from my little Toyota Corolla, which we love. She got me everywhere that she needed to get me. Right? She still
Uh-huh.
runs beautifully. She will
Mhm.
run beautifully for many many years. But we switched to the Beamer Club. We are now in the BMW. Yeah. So
Family.
we are treating her nicely as she is treating me nicely.
That's good. That's great. I can't wait to see her
Oh,
and
yeah.
drive her when I
Yeah.
come and visit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right? Look at that face.
I know.
Hey, this is really cool sharing with you, and I'm so proud of you. I think that we have a lot to share with others, maybe because, we've had experiences. And I believe Oprah Winfrey said that, the world should be a better place because you've lived.
Right.
And I want to be a part of that. I want to make the world a better place because I've lived. And if it can help one person's life, then I've accomplished that. And I think together we will be able to help a few people.
A few, yes, I'm sure, hopefully even. But, yeah, I think that it's nice to definitely it's funny, but record like a personal conversation almost.
Hmm.
Because I'm here thinking, oh yeah, we're just on a call, right? We're just
Hmm.
we're just FaceTiming like we usually do. I'm like, oh shoot, yeah, we are being recorded. This will be probably heard.
It will be. At least we didn't say anything bad about
Bad, yeah.
anybody. Yeah, yeah, cool. Well, that's it for today. And we look forward to spending more time with our friends or new friends out there
Yes.
as we continue a whole lot of
A
BS.
whole lot of BS,
Oh,
talking about a whole lot of BS. Yeah. God, Daddy's gonna kill me.
I'm going to tell them it's your
Yeah,
idea.
I know.
Okay. Love ya.
Bye.
Bye bye. Bye, everyone.